So, I've been wanting to make an updated video on the nature of shotguns for kind of a while now, but I hadn't really gotten around to it lately, mostly because I hate testing shotguns. More on that in a minute. Recently, friend of mine and community member you all probably know, Triple Wreck, made a video talking about shotguns in PvP and how they behave kind of weirdly. If you don't know who that is, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but go ahead and check him out. Triple is damn solid at PvP, and I admire his passion as a community member. Regarding his video, it inspired me to get going on mine because he brought a few things to light worth reviewing. Some of those things I want to get into a little deeper, and let's do that now. So where was I earlier? Yeah, I f***ing hate shotguns. Not using them. They're fun and deadly as hell in PvP. I mean, I hate testing them more than anything else in this big, lovely, crazy world that we know as Destiny. Why? Well, more than anything else, it's because they are inconsistent. I am officially now dubbing this the golden rule of shotguns. They are inconsistent. From here on out, if there's ever any arguments about how shotguns perform, which shotguns do better than others, any strange testing data, anything like that at all, I'm gonna ask for you to think back and remember the golden rule. Shotguns are inconsistent, and from a testing perspective, I hate them and they suck. Why exactly do they suck? Because of pellet spread RNG. For a long time, I've been trying to keep tabs on most shotguns' furthest possible consistent one-hit kill range. That's a mouthful. That's harder to keep track of on a shotgun than something like a hand cannon or a scout rifle, because shotguns have randomly generated pellet spreads. It's not the same each time you pull the trigger, and that's one of the two things that can affect the distance of how far away you can one-tap somebody with a shotty. If you get a very lucky pellet spread, you can put someone down from way far away with a good shotgun shot. But the next time you try from the same exact spot, you could get a terabad pellet spread and not get the one-shot kill. By nature, shotguns are messed up by RNG. The other thing that can affect your one-hit kill range is enemy resilience. A guardian with less health is gonna die more often from further out than if you're shooting a beefy-ass Titan with maximum resilience. So in the testing I'm about to show you, we made sure that each and every test subject had a resilience level of 4 for the sake of consistency. If you have a problem with the fact that I picked 4 resilience and not some other number that you think would have been a better choice, well, you can go out on your own and do all this shit next time. So what questions do I hope this video is going to answer? What makes a shotgun good? Is range on a shotgun not necessary? Is pellet spread busted? And what's the best non-exotic shotgun for PvP? Let's start with what makes a shotgun good. I'll tell you, after spending hours and hours in back-to-back-to-back private matches, shooting my very patient friends over and over with different shotguns and different barrels, you start to see pretty obvious patterns. In terms of getting solid one-hit kills on people in PvP from long range, there is a specific hierarchy. I am referring to this now as the shotgun trinity. The importance in order of what makes a shotgun good: number 1, impact; number 2, pellet spread; and in a far away, number 3, no pun intended, range. Impact, pellet spread, range. In that order. As I'll show you, shotguns with really high impact can more consistently get one-hit kills from far away. Even though some high-impact shotguns have really bad range on paper, they can still routinely outrange shotguns in the one-hit kill department with high range, low impact. So the next time you hear or see a new shotgun coming out in Destiny 2 and you hear your friend ask, "Hey, I wonder if that new shotgun's any good." Well, do you know the stats? Because if you do, remember the trinity: impact, pellet spread, range. That kind of ties into the next question. Is range not needed, or does range do nothing? Range doesn't do nothing. Take a look at this. From 10 meters out, I shoot my friend with a deadpan delivery without turning up the shotgun's range via the perk Accurized Rounds. I shot him twice for good measure. The damage per pellet was as follows. Then, without either of us moving, I turned up the range by turning on Accurized Rounds, and then I shot him 2 more times. Here's the pellet damage with extra range. So it's not that range does nothing. It's not broken or anything like that. It still has a direct connection on how much damage your pellets can do depending on how far away from the target you are. That being said, as I mentioned earlier in the Trinity, it's very apparent that range is at the bottom of the totem pole. Impact is king. Definitely try to keep that range high if you can, as long as you're not sacrificing anything else, but in D2, shotgun impact always trumps range. Next is pellet spread busted. You might have noticed the whole pellet spread thing being number 2 in the holy shotgun trinity. What a keen eye you have. Now, Triple did mention in his video that visual differences in pellet spread when using the perk full choke are basically not noticeable, which I gotta admit, after shooting it at the wall a few times, I couldn't really see a difference either, at first. Now, I don't blame Triple for any of what I'm about to show you, and neither should you. Remember the golden rule, damn it. Any results involved with shotguns are just hard to track in general. They're inconsistent. Shotguns were forged by the devil himself, and they don't shoot buckshot, they shoot pure hate. In repeated testing, where I shot several of my friends, repeatedly mind you, for multiple hours, I gotta say, full choke plays big time. It's hard to track right away because, I mean, do I even have to say it? It might not be noticeable on a wall, but you better believe that it's noticeable when shooting a friend. Before you say it, before you even say it.
But full choke Fallout, it takes away your shotgun's precision damage.
You're right, it does. But wow, does that not even make any sort of difference at all? Check the differences in these numbers real quick. On the left, we have full choke. On what gun? Yeah, we'll get to that. On the right, we have rifled barrel. The yellow number on the right is precision pellet damage, and no, the 44 doesn't mean that one pellet hit for 44 damage total. Precision damage gets added up for some reason, so what it means is that 2 pellets that hit the dude in the head registered for about 22 damage each, as opposed to the other pellets that hit the body and only did 20 each. Now look at the numbers on the left. Yeah, I know, one damage number is yellow, but I've learned that even if you hit pellets in the head when using full choke, they will still appear as yellow sometimes for some reason. And the fact that the damage number is 21 on the left, probably a rounding thing in the game's code. Trust me on this. It's not like, ooh, full choke tightens the pellet spread and it still gives you precision damage. Believe me, it just gives you a tighter spread. Anyway, you put on full choke, yeah, you sacrifice precision pellet damage, but are you really giving up that much? The extra damage is nothing compared to how many more pellets you'll hit with on average per shot. This picture alone, 9 pellets on the left and 4 on the right. Now that could be due to a little bit of pellet RNG for this particular picture comparison. It could, but oh, if only you knew how much time I spent testing this. Trust me on this, full choke is rock solid. From the numbers I'll show you pretty soon, it's kind of clear. Tighter pellet spread is definitely the number 2 factor in getting one-hit kills from deep. Also, quick side note, same reason why you should not use smoothbore. Been saying this for a long time now. Extra range on your shotgun for a wider, more terrible pellet spread is not a good trade-off. You can go ahead and stop adding me about your fussed dark MK blue shotgun. It's not good. Okay, finally, we're at the point where I'll show you all the numbers for each shotgun that I tested. I'll pair that together with the last question I want to answer, which is, what shotgun is best in PvP? I'm gonna do this a little bit like the Oscars, one best gun for each category. It'll make sense, trust me. First up, best shotgun in the slug shotgun category. Slug shotguns, we all know how they work. Instead of a spread of buckshot, it fires one thick round. These things are still the undisputed champs of the furthest possible one-hit kill shotgun kills. But the catch is you have to be very accurate. So if you're accurate AF, you click heads all day, you laugh in the face of danger, roll with a slug shotgun. And the best one probably being the Unification 7. It has access to both high cal rounds for a little flinch factor, and also it's got full auto. What's not to love? Real quick, you might be looking at these numbers and saying, hey, WTF, the slug shotguns have different ranges, and yet in your numbers for furthest consistent one-hit kill range, most of them apparently cap out at 12 meters. What's the deal with that, Fallout? Gotta be honest, that threw me for a little bit too, but that's what we recorded. My best bet for the time being is that there is some kind of range cap, specifically on slug shotguns. Quick example, on Gnora's axe, we couldn't get a one-hit kill from any further out than around 12 meters due to a very hardcore damage drop-off after that point, but switching back and forth between barrel shroud barrel and the rifled barrel, there wasn't really any difference, even without using the opening shot perks on the gun. Both, no matter what, you were able to get a one-hit kill in the head at about 12 meters. Again, I think that slug shotguns, in particular, have a range cap. Doesn't matter though, because no matter what, the winner is still probably the Unification 7 because of full auto and high cal rounds. If you want to confuse yourself with that data a little more, be my guest, feel free, go into a private match, mess around with slug shotguns, get back to me. Alright, moving on. We have best spread shotgun for deep one-hit kills. This one is kinda hard. It's sort of a tie, depending on what you value more in a shotgun. Let me explain. Winner number 1, Triple Wreck nailed this one. It's the Balligant. It hits all the check marks. Very high impact and a tight pellet spread with full choke. Now, there's another winner there, and it's the Deadpan Delivery. Kinda surprising, I know. Like the Balligant, it's got 80 impact, also comes standard with full choke. What's the difference between these two? The Deadpan Delivery can hit 36 range, Balligant can only hit 28, but the Balligant comes with Snapshot. Before you say anything, I know what you're probably thinking, but you wrote down here, we can see the numbers fall out that their max one-hit kill range is 9 meters, so what does it matter that the Deadpan has 8 more range than the Balligant? Again, golden rule, this shit is inconsistent to test. I wasn't able to measure things down to the exact millimeter in PvP. 9 meters is a rough approximation. If you were to shoot both guns at around maybe 9.25 meters, something, because the Deadpan has 8 more range, it's not crazy to think that the Deadpan would get the one-hit kill maybe 5 more times out of 100 than the Balligant would. Remember, range isn't totally useless, but it's not the most important stat on your shotgun. So the Deadpan probably can kill from just a hair further out than the Balligant can more consistently, but to be honest, the utility of Snapshot on the Balligant, it's just really good. It's too good to ignore. In my opinion, it puts the Balligant at number 1 overall. But hey, use both. Tell me about which one you like more. They're both damn solid. Get back to me on that. Ah, the Hand in Hand, my old beloved favorite. It's still not bad. Look at its numbers next to the other legendaries. Not too bad. But unfortunately, since the Balligant and the Deadpan can also get the job done on average from about the same range, yeah, not really a question. Hit the showers, old friend. You did good. Sadly, you can't get masterworked, and you can't produce orbs on a double kill. The Balligant and the Deadpan can do what you do, but better. Also, if you have one, the gravity slingshot isn't bad. It has a strangely generous pellet spread, which I can't really explain. It doesn't have a secret full choke or anything like that, but I don't know. It was weird. Maybe it was the RNG? I have no idea. Ah well, shotguns. Not done just yet, by the way. Almost. One type of shotguns left, and that is full auto. I thought it wouldn't really be fair to compare the full auto shotguns against the one-shot machines, because full auto shotguns aren't really designed to be one-shot guns. They're built for very quick 2-tap potential. Now you might ask, well, what's the point of a 2-tap shotgun when I can get the job done in one shot? Good question, but with 2 lightning-fast shots from the full auto bunch, you can actually drop enemies from way further out than the one-shot bunch. So for these babies, I found the furthest consistent one-hit kill range and the furthest consistent 2-hit kill range. Who's the winner here? Again, depends on what you're looking for. The Perfect Paradox has pretty okay numbers, and it comes with Rampage, which can be handy, but I'm not really a huge fan of Rampage. Only lasts for about 3 seconds. It can really help you out, but it can be kind of hit or miss. There's another shotty here, a goddamned sleeper, and it hit me out of nowhere. It's a blue shotgun called the Badlands MK24. This thing is kind of low-key awesome. Yeah, it only has 90 RPM, so it's just a hair under the other full autos, but it still has full auto at 90. It comes with the lightweight weapon perk, which, don't know if you know this, it's a great perk, and it has full choke. Out of every full auto shotgun, the Badlands has the furthest consistent one-hit kill and fast two-hit kill potential. So if you like Rampage, feel like it helps you out a lot, go for the perfect paradox. But yeah, definitely check out the Badlands. This thing will surprise you. Special runner-up is the Ikelos SG V1.01, which again, for reasons I can't explain, seems to have a strangely generous pellet spread. Could be the RNG though, but thought it was worth mentioning. So there you have it. Slug users, go for the unification. Regular spread shotgun folk, go for either the Balligant or the Deadpan Delivery, both with full choke. Full auto users, try to pick up the secret awesome sleeper, the Badlands MK24, telling you that thing's great, or you can try the perfect paradox. Or you could use this power weapon. It's secretly the most powerful shotgun of all. It's called the main ingredient. Very peculiar looking shotgun. Kind of behaves strangely too. When you hold the trigger down to shoot, it takes a while to fire, but when it does, oh man. Probably a broken gun. Bungie will patch it eventually, I'm sure. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enduring that very long video with me. Much appreciated. Hope you learned a little bit more about shotguns. I now officially dub you a graduate of the Fallout Academy of Shotguns. If you PayPal me $500 today, I promise I will send you a diploma in the mail right away. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. See you next time.